Mr. Beast. He's one of the, if not largest growing content creators on YouTube and one of the largest content creators in the platform, period. And, he's kind of gotten himself in a little bit of drama recently. I know, it's unfortunate, but, yeah, he has. He's gotten himself into a wee bit of drama. Now, Mr. Beast, for those of you guys that don't know, is, well, it's kind of hard to describe him. He makes a lot of different types of content, and it's really hard to pin it down, but really, if I were to give it all one general description, I would say guy uses lots of money to do social experiments with said money. A common type or a common example of his social experiments will be things that are oftentimes somewhat charitable, right? Like it'll be, he does a nice thing, donates a lot of money, or does like a very kind act with his wealth for people that are, in need. And, he ends up making his money back through the YouTube video. Now, there have been people who've criticized this content as being like, in some way, giving a homeless man a house. Like, there are people who've criticized it as being exploitative, but overall, like, he couldn't continue to pay for the things that he's doing that are good without making the videos and then getting the views to make said money, right? So, I think that the criticisms are pretty, I think they're pretty, like, generally pretty tenuous. However, I saw this video from Matozy in my recommended last night, and I watched it. And I just had to rewatch it with you guys on stream today because he goes over some stuff that happened with a charity attempt Mr. Beast went for the other day, and it absolutely went to hell. And it's why, if you've ever wondered why YouTubers that are wealthy don't use their wealth to do more stuff to, help the community, it's because shit like this tends to happen. Let's take a look. By the way, if you want to see the original video, I will drop it in the chat right now. Go check it out. Go drop a like. Go drop support, because we do not steal content here, guys. We do not do that. Thank you. All right, Atozy, what do you got for me? Tell us about what happened with Mr. Beast's attempted charity turning into a nightmare. I think it's important to learn from stuff like this as well, because I do plan to engage in like philanthropic efforts in the future with charity and outreach. So I do think it's important to learn from where those that come before me make mistakes. Learn from their mistakes, so to say. Catboy Collector, thank you. Let me know how many months that was. I really appreciate that. It's very kind.
Mr. Beast is not coming today due to security issues.
And this is a wild story to cover because this is a clear attempt of Mr. Beast just trying to do good, but sadly it was leaked to the public where a bunch of people wanted to take advantage of his generosity. This all happened a couple days ago in Greenville, South Carolina. It seems like Mr. Beast was planning on surprising a bunch of people by paying for their groceries, but when he asked the store for permission to film the night before, this plan was then leaked to the community. Then suddenly the next...
So, I want to interject right away and say, this kind of debunks one of the biggest criticisms people have had of Mr. Beast for a long time. And that's the idea that, like, when he goes into one of these businesses and does one of his, buying everyone's groceries or, go in and do this or whatever, right? That he causes some sort of nuisance and fucks over the employees and all that. It seems like he calls in ahead of time and asks for permission and, like, gets the green light for these things, which you'd expect. Otherwise, he would have been had the cops called on him many times by now. And I think that's a good thing. The problem is that leads to something like this happening, where it leaks, right? Clearly what happened was Mr. Beast just wanted to buy, a normal shopping mall, like shopping center's worth of people's groceries, right? Like, oh, a bunch of people came in to do their normal shopping today. Guess what? All your groceries are paid for. Have a good day. It'd be a nice thing, right? And for some people, it could be life-changing, or not life-changing, but game-changing for them for that week, to have all the groceries that they're getting for that week paid for, The problem is, it leaked, and tons of people were like, ooh, I can take advantage of Mr. Beast's wealth here. And they did what people on the internet do when they think they can get something for free. And you're about to see.
Instead, you had a bunch of people playing the real-life supermarket sweep and jamming their carts in trash bags with as much as they could, thinking MrBeast was gonna pay for it all. And this all gained a bunch of attention when Keemstar tweeted this video saying, MrBeast apparently was supposed to pay for groceries. It got leaked, and he had to cancel due to security measures.
Not coming today.
Can I pay for my beer and my sausages?
It's really unfortunate that Keemstar is like objectively the worst person on the internet as far as content creators go, but he just can't die because people will just keep on treating him as the #1 drama guy. And they just keep platforming him and giving him like more name recognition. Like, I don't know why they keep doing it. Like, it's really bizarre. Like, I guess maybe, you know what? I bet Keemstar has dirt on a lot of people. Keemstar definitely has dirt on a lot of people.
She'll take you over there. They should. They'll take me.
That is so packed. There's so many people in there.
MrBeast is not coming today due to security issues.
Oh, Jesus. No, tell bring his ass back.
And I'm the one to get to tell y'all so.
Oh, God, get him.
That's not fun.
Anybody intending on...
So, as you can imagine, it was the workers at the store who end up having to deal with the blowback of this. On one hand, it's really hard to say who's to blame here, I guess other than the person who leaked it, but like, God, is this unfortunate. And I think this really kind of reveals why it is so hard for YouTubers to try to do stuff like this. Like, charitability will be taken advantage of in cases like this. And in this case, it meant, like, a bunch of random minimum wage grocery store workers having to spend their day cleaning up an absolutely fucking destroyed grocery store. Wait till you see the videos and the clips of what this place looked like after. It is fucking ridiculous what these people did to it. It is wild.
Getting groceries on
I
the
feel
regular.
bad for anyone who had to clean that shit
Coming
up.
today. There are security issues. He can't even get here.
I mean, the place is packed like a Black Friday sale.
I have no idea what's going on.
But I don't know about you guys, but after seeing that, I needed to see and know more about this entire situation. So I went digging in the trenches of Facebook.com, and this is what I found for you guys. And just looking at these pictures, this is absolutely wild. Dude has half the meat section in that left cart there. I also found a video of a guy walking around the store telling people that MrBeast was not coming.
Just right, he ain't coming.
There's so many people there.
So many people thought that, like, holy shit, MrBeast is going to be at my local grocery store buying free groceries for everybody. So let's go. Let's do it. Isn't this a commentary on capitalism? I honestly don't think the people are bad, even if they're in the wrong. Well, that's the thing, right? You can't really blame them. Like, a lot of these people probably desperately were like, holy fuck, I need these groceries. Like, they're buying groceries. Guys, nobody in these videos, at least most of the people I'm seeing in these videos, like, none of them are, this is a grocery store. They're not buying, like, they're buying groceries and, like, paper towels and, like, toilet paper and, like, food and drinks. Things you need to survive. This is not people, like, going in and, like, buying a bunch of, like, PlayStations or whatever to go home and play or whatever. Like, these are people who clearly are like, holy fuck, this is big, this is really important. These are home items we need that could be paid for. And I think it really shows that, like, how desperate the average American is, that they find out that the things they need to survive that have been so brutally commodified in our society are being given away for free. And they go to that grocery store like it's Black Friday. And I mean, Black Friday in and of itself is a pretty good commentary on capitalism. If you think capitalism is the perfect system, or you think it's the best working system, well, feast your eyes.
Just right, he ain't coming.
There's so many people there.
Forgot about it. This shit crazy as hell.
I wonder what the normal shoppers thought. Suddenly, whoa, oh whoa, okay, wait. The trash bags, they were just loading the trash bags filled with the meat section.
Hey, the bad part about it, he ain't coming. Nah, he ain't coming. That's the bad part about it, he not even coming.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I would not be the guy who's walking around the store telling everybody, hey, sorry, Mr. Beast isn't coming to pay for everything. Sorry. You know, I would not be that guy. Because I'd be upset hearing that news.
Imagine not hearing anything about this and you just show up to the Piggly Wiggly expecting to do your normal shopping.
He ain't coming. That's the bad part.
And it looks like this.
They said he ain't coming.
He ain't coming.
He's not coming.
Some person had like 5 trash bags loaded with meat though.
This shit crazy as hell.
Oh man.
A lot of belly speed, maybe.
This shit crazy as hell. They can't hear you.
And he's trying to do it. And
Does Atozy know that, like, you can put meat into, like, a freezer for long, like, days on end? And, or not days on end, for, like, months on end, and it'll still be good? You know, like, that's doable, right? Like, under the right conditions, meat doesn't go bad, like, after a few days. Like, yeah, a few trash bags worth of meat, put that in the freezer, that might last me, like, a month and a half. Yeah, I would have been doing that, frankly. Can't blame him.
This shit crazy. He ain't coming.
YouTubers can be very disconnected from working people. You'd be surprised. That is true. That is very, very true. A lot of YouTubers, including myself, became successful YouTubers, particularly commentary YouTubers. I'm sure Atozy's one of them. Like, became popular in high school. A lot of them did. Like, they started doing this in high school, and they blew up. And it was like, oh, I've got like a 6-figure income as a senior in high school. Okay, well, don't need to go to college. And now it's been like a few years since 2016, 2015, when the commentary channels blew up. And, you know, now a lot of them are kind of disconnected. Yeah, it's true. Regardless though, the thing that I wanted to point out that I found interesting is that Mr. Beast does what he can to, God, we've had this one Nazi in the chat just keep on making accounts with the N-word in it, to spam the N-word in chat. I guess the Nazis are mad, guys. What can I say? Anyway. Mr. Beast tries to help people and tries to engage in charitable acts to help communities that are disadvantaged, but I think this is a good demonstration of how the system we exist under makes it so that philanthropic kind actions like what Mr. Beast does can only go so far. And they can only do so much. And it really is just trimming the weeds that are going to grow back twice as tall a week later.
The definition of absolute chaos. I'm assuming his intention here was to surprise people by paying for their grocery bill when they're buying normal groceries, you know, the kind of part that they would pay for themselves, and not pay for 5 garbage bags filled with food for some people. I feel bad for the people working at the store and the store owners. The people working there, obviously, because they had to clean all this up. And the owners, because they probably lost so much money on refrigerated inventory that just went spoiled and they couldn't sell anymore because people just left it in their shopping carts. And after everyone cleared out, it seems like the...
Okay. I will say, there is nothing systemic about all these people leaving everything on the ground and leaving the place a mess. The people who like came there to get groceries could have at least helped clean up. And thankfully there were people who helped clean up, and we'll get to that in a minute. But a lot of people just got pissed and left. Which goes to show how like cruel and mean-spirited like this system makes us, right? Like everyone's so desperate for things they need to get by. They find out they can get it for free. They come in, they find out it's not there, and they're like, oh, fuck that, and they get out of there, right? Desperation does a lot, yeah. And nobody should be desperate for, like, food and paper towels and toilet paper, right? No one should have to be desperate for these things.
The store was just completely trashed. Here's a video I found of some of the aftermath.
That's not too bad.
That's so wild, they just left the cart there.
That's why all these fish can't keep them.
Bruh. Yeah, that's a night shifter dude to clean up all this. I wonder if insurance covers this. A small business owner by the name of Look at Dat Dare Barbecue and Catering live streamed himself cleaning up the place.
Look at this.
Let's go.
Wow.
This thing work every day, hard, every day. You feel me? I come in here and rock with him every day. Who that? This Facebook. I rock with this man every day.
Yeah, this guy probably just
Do this.
showed up to buy meats for his business and came to this chaos.
You gotta put it all up back. You gotta get his store back together. Come on.
Like, by the way, where does Mr. Beast live? It's like North Carolina, South Carolina or something, right? Like a small town, like in the country, you know, like in a pretty like ruralish state. So like this is a small town, you know? Something like this happening spreads fast, and I'm wondering like how many people's reputations are kind of going to be harmed in that town because they were one of the assholes who went to the store, piled a cart full of stuff, and then left when they found out Mr. Beast wasn't paying for it and didn't stay around to help. The people like this guy, the business owner who stayed around to help, you better believe he's probably going to get a discount on his meat for his business from now on. That's the kind of small town kind of like vibe you can get like out in North and South Carolina, like out in like small towns and whatnot. It's one thing I do miss about the South is that there was genuinely a sense of community when you went into like a town, especially a small one like this.
Oh, man, it's crazy. I need him for tomorrow to be, you know, to do what I need him to do.
While he was live, he also showed what the store looked like after most people had left.
Look at this. I'm gonna take y'all through right quick, doing 1-1. Grab me a cart from out here. Look at this. Volunteering, people helping out.
Wow.
People helping out. What you doing?
There are a lot of people helping out.
Yeah.
I mean, the only people left are just volunteers helping, trying to fix all the chaos.
This is Tom.
It's very heartwarming to see how many people stayed behind to help. And I'm glad that they did, because they like technically they didn't have to. This really is a demonstration of the honor system, right? Like, what really proves the merit of like how good of a person you are? If you're one of the people who stood behind to help the people getting paid minimum wage to clean this shit up, clean it up for free, after you thought you were going to get free groceries, and you were like counting on that, found out you weren't, you probably have other things to do and like work to do, and like you got to go to work, you got to like make money so you can afford groceries now, and you stay and you help clean the place up. That's pretty goated. Unfortunately, 99% of the coverage of this will likely be on the desperate individuals or Mr. Beast for the issue. Yeah, I can see like oh, you know what I can see? Every time I debate a conservative and the topic of like race or BLM or whatever comes up, they always like to make the argument that like, well, during the BLM riots, there were a lot of black people stealing PS4s and looting buildings and burning down everything, right? And they'll try to like tongue-in-cheek, like try to make the argument that like black people just like to go in and like steal shit and like make a mess of things and loot. I wonder if Nazis are going to try to take this story and use that as like propaganda. They did it for the George Floyd protests. Like, how much do you want to bet Nazis will try to, like, cut this out of context to make it look a certain way? Well, no, they didn't. Well, the Nazis claim they did. I didn't say that George Floyd protesters were, like, looting buildings. I said the Nazis claim they did. Yeah, I have no doubt. I can see it happening. I can see some conservative, like, dumb fuck trying to make that argument on Twitter, you know? Some libs of TikTok tier Twitter account.
You just leave these people in shambles.
Oh my god, look at this aisle.
It's crazy, man.
There is literally raw meat laying out in this aisle.
Grab another one. You got any empty carts?
No, no.
So much. But I mean, as we saw from that video, even though the store was in absolute ruins, there's plenty of good Samaritans who just stayed around and helped clean everything up. I found someone from Greenville who—
Now here's the thing though. The people who left their shit on— okay, now here's the real Giga Chad take, okay? The people who left the groceries and the raw meat and stuff on the ground and then left immediately and went home, they're missing out. The people who knew to drive their car around to the dumpster out back and wait a few hours for when the employees have to throw away all of the food that's like probably fine to eat but is past regulation and be like, hey, how about you just hand that to me? Now that would be me, all right? That's, hey, you know where all the meat went that they can't put back on the shelves? Probably to the people who helped to volunteer to clean stuff up. That's probably who it went to. But I would have taken my car out to the back like, well, I know the meat's going, I'm getting free food tonight somehow. You just intercept it between, you know, the back door and the dumpster though, you know? Yeah, Xander Hall shops mostly in the dumpster aisle. Guys, I'm saving money to move up to Seattle, all right? You guys know how it is. The dumpster is unironically a, you know, you can get some fresh shit out of that. I've never dumpster dived for food before, but I've dumpster dived for cool knickknacks before. I unironically got a few really good free games from dumpster diving behind a local GameStop with my grandma. It was so fun. Me and my grandma went to a dumpster that was like, there was a GameStop literally like 5 minutes away from my house and I was like 11 or 12. Me and my grandma loved like doing illegal shit, like trespassing and stuff. So we drove to the back of this GameStop in the middle of the night, opened up the dumpster, I climbed in. There was no like restaurants or anything like that attached to this like building plaza. So it was literally nothing but cardboard boxes and whatnot in there. And there were literally brand new video games in there. Like I got what games did I get from that? I got a copy of Assassin's Creed 3 from that. I got my second copy of Assassin's Creed 3. I got I had gotten legit. I had already gotten Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag from that. From that, I ended up getting that metal case. When they sold Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag in physical media, there was a version of it you could get with this metal case that like clipped shut, and it was so cool, but I didn't get it by default, so I dumpster dived with my grandma and found it. I found one of them. It didn't have a disc inside, which didn't matter. I had the game, and I made that that tin, the metal case for AC4 Black Flag. I used that as my new case for my game, and yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, dumpster diving is unironically, like, based as fuck if you know where to look. Like, behind game stores and stuff, you'll find, like, there won't be any, like, gross garbage in there. It'll just be bags and, like, cardboard and stuff. And then you'll find, like, holy shit, this employee threw away, like, a bunch of old games, you know? Like, yeah.
Who posted these pictures with this message. Thank you to everyone who came out.
Yeah, my grandma was my best friend. She passed away from lung cancer when I was 16, sadly. But yeah, she was awesome. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is small town, like, in the South community shit that I miss about living in Florida and miss living in the South. Like, there's a lot of problems in the South. This is not one of them. Like, the community vibe is very nice. Like, you will end up being, like, on the front page of your community's Facebook group if you do some stuff like this in your small town. Also, if you're out there and you're watching this in a small town, leverage stuff like this for political activism. You know, if you do some stuff like this and you end up becoming known in your town, you could use that to launch a political career, at least on a local level. And what better, you know, group of people to help if you can you know, exert some type of political influence than your own community.
Out to help with the cleanup today. Thank you, Piggly Wiggly, for allowing us to help out. When I tell you our community showed up and showed out, and they offered to pay us, and everyone said no. Y'all tell me our community not the best. And shout out to the good people out there. Overall, this whole thing just sucks for everyone. The people who showed up thinking they were gonna get free groceries, the workers who worked in the store, the people who were kind enough to volunteer and help clean up the store owners for probably losing money on inventory, and Mr. Beast himself for getting backlash for all this. But Mr. Beast did release a statement through text to Keemstar that reads, "We've been going around town all week doing small acts of kindness for people."
So this is what I mean, by the way, of like, Keemstar will never die because people just keep on giving him a platform. Like, yeah. He basically acts as like the drama guy. So Mr. Beast is like, oh, I need to get a message out. I'll send it to Keemstar. And now, yeah, okay.
People who could use help. I wanted to go to Piggly Wiggly to discreetly pay for some people's groceries when they checked out, so we asked the Piggly Wiggly manager for permission to film in the store. They decided to spread the word far and wide that I was coming to buy out the store. People were saying that the employees were telling them the day before to come the next day to get free stuff from Mr. Beast, which we were not aware of and asked them not to tell anyone. Basically, the employees lied to the people. I mean, that's fair. I mean, if Mr. Beast announced—
Wait. That seems... That's a little different from the story we heard at the beginning, right? The story we heard at the beginning was Mr. Beast called up the store. Oh. And he asked them for permission to do the video. And then they said yeah. And then I figured like one or two employees that were like, holy shit, Mr. Beast is going to be here tomorrow. And the manager was like, yeah, I don't know who it is, but apparently he's going to buy a shit ton of stuff and film a little video. I don't really care. It's going to make a lot of money. They're like, oh my God, that's Mr. Beast, bro. We got to post this on Instagram and Facebook. And they went home. I figured that was what happened. And that's how that ended up going down. Apparently, at least if we listen to Mr. Beast's side of the story, which is... It sounded a bit defensive and a little bit like antagonistic towards the employees. Supposedly the employees were lying, quote unquote, to the people visiting the store saying, Mr. Beast will be here on this day, come here, and he's going to buy out the store. And Mr. Beast is blaming it on the employees lying. It was his... That seems a little weird.
Announced that he was going to do this and didn't do it, then I understand the backlash, but he never publicly announced this. This was supposed to be a surprise, and it was leaked. I don't know if the store owners or people at the store leaked it so Mr. Beast would buy way more stuff, or if there was people leaking it because they wanted to help their neighbors. I don't know, but clearly nothing about this was discreet, so I understand why he pulled out. But it's not like he didn't do anything. Apparently, while all of this was going down, the Mr. Beast team was doing charity in the same town at a soup kitchen. And I didn't see the announcement for this anywhere. I was just scrolling through the Greenville tag on Facebook, and that's how I found out about this. Because there was a post by Joy Soup Kitchen that reads, "Today, an incredible day at Joy. 180 lunches, 150 jackets, and duffel bags filled with necessities. 80 plus haircuts, all thanks to Mr. Beast, Beast Philanthropy, and these barbers who came out this morning."
Wait, so what? Because he couldn't do... That's nice, at least. Because he couldn't do the grocery store thing because it got leaked, he ended up doing on the same day that the grocery store thing happened, he did a separate charitable thing. Holy crap. That's a lot to organize. Christ. Listen, I feel like there's this weird line that Mr. Beast is always walking with this content between like, okay, this is based, you're doing cool, awesome stuff, and you're using these videos to continue to fund your ability to do that, and what feels like some kind of exploitation. It always feels like he's walking that line, because it feels like he doesn't take it very... I don't feel like I should say it doesn't feel like he takes it seriously. It feels like the primary goal is the entertainment value, and not the charitable acts being shown, which feels disingenuous to a lot of people. But then again, every YouTuber primarily has the goal of making entertainment and entertaining content, because that is the prerequisite needed to exist on the platform to any degree successfully. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just vibes.
Looking to make a few people smile. It was incredible watching people who got their haircut emerge from inside of joy with pride. Thank you all for making this happen. So at the end of the day, Mr. Beast still came through and surprised and helped a bunch of people, but in his own way, on his own terms. But what do you guys think? Let me know.
At least it has a happy ending. But what I really want to point out is how demonstrative of, like, how fucked our society is. Yeah, sub to Atozy. I don't know how good he is politically. I've definitely seen some iffy stuff. He's just kind of like a apolitical kind of, you know, normie-ish kind of commentary YouTuber. So if that's the kind of content you like, then you guys can go check it out. And of course, if you want to see more from me, consider dropping a like, as it does help out my channel a lot. Way more than you even realize, whether you're watching live or after the fact when I've ended stream and put the video out. It really does. YouTube pushes my content out to way more people, the more likes that it gets. You can also subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications so YouTube tells you when I upload a new video or go live or anything like that. And you can also support me financially through my website, xanderhall.com/live, by donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub. You know, on my site, or you can support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or through Patreon. And finally, if you want to see more from me online, you can just follow my social medias linked down below, including my Instagram, Twitter, fan Discord, and my TikTok, and all of that. Go click the links. They're all really good and fun. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.